Okay people, welcome back to another Fwoosh News Quickie. As always, I'm Robo, but I don't know how quick it's going to be today because we have a lot of ground to cover. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the Star Wars Black Series survey that Hasbro has been sending out to certain customers of the Hasbro toy shop. It's just a 25-page survey asking questions about people's preferences concerning the Star Wars Black Series line, both 6-inch and 3 3/4, and even the props. Now I have put the link to the survey in the description, but I wanted to go through and talk about this first, and then we can discuss down in the comments about what happened during your survey, because I do believe it changes person to person depending on what your answers are to certain questions. Like if you say you're a 6-inch collector, I believe the questions after that are going to be geared towards 6-inch collectors. So maybe if you answer 3 3/4, there'll be more 3 3/4. But I want to go through the questions. I wanted to go through how I answered them personally, because if there's a very slim chance that Hasbro does watch these, I'd like to clarify some of my answers because some of them are a little bit vague, and there's even a couple that could kind of go both ways. Now my problem with surveys is that I'm brutally honest. I cannot help it. For the Facebook things where it's like, which Star Wars character are you? If it's a choice between, are you the kind of person that is dark and brooding and will probably be alone for the rest of your life, but you get to wear some cool Mandalorian armor? Or are you the kind of person who's happy-go-lucky, kind of looks at the bright side of life, but may or may not help in bringing down a republic? Yeah, I'm the guy that always ends up with Jar Jar. I want to be Boba Fett, but I'm Jar Jar because I can't lie. Now, another reason to take this survey is you get 20% off on Hasbro Toy Shop, and that's good through the month of December. So on top of letting Hasbro know your preferences, you also get a little bit of a deal. Question 1 is, do you purchase Star Wars Black Series figures for you or for someone else, or if it's a mix of the two, who is it primarily? I had to answer myself. I do pick up figures for other people every now and then, but the majority of Star Wars figures are mine. I buy them for me. How old are you? I couldn't even lie here. Yeah. What other entertainment brands do I buy? Most of them. I've probably bought some Transformers, but I can't remember if it's been within the past 2 years. Now, when I first started reading this question, what other Star Wars toy brands have I bought? I thought it would be a lot more than this, but since I stick primarily to the 6-inch scale, it was not as many as you would think. And I only put Disney Elite Series because I bought that Grievous at one time. Ugh, never again. How many Star Wars Black Series items have I bought in the past 2 years? Well, it does ask for 6-inch, 3 3/4, the prop replicas, the titanium series, but just going by 6-inch, all of them. So, I mean, 25 and above, that's a pretty easy answer right there. Same with this one. Which Black Series items have you purchased? 6-inch. That's what I stick to. That's what I prefer. And I'm pretty sure this is where the survey would skew for different people, depending on how you answer this question. Do you read about Star Wars on the internet? Yes or no? Yes. If you have read about Star Wars on the internet, which of these sites have you went to? And since I pretty much scan for news every day, I've been to all of them. And then I had to include this one, the Fwoosh, for obvious reasons. But that's not just me pimping the website I work for, report for, I make videos for. It's actually that on the Fwoosh forums, a lot of the time I'll be scanning through the threads and we'll find out something that I didn't know or that I had missed or something. So it all works out. I do use the Fwoosh as a resource for my own videos. How weird is that? What do I do with my Star Wars Black Series toys after I purchase them? I open them, I display them, I play with them, and I customize them. So yeah, this one was pretty easy. Imagine I'm in my favorite retailer and I see a Bespin Han Solo, but for the price of $24.99. That's a trick question. They specifically point out Bespin Han, so I don't know if they're asking if I want a Bespin Han or if I want to pay the higher price for the Star Wars Black Series figure. But honestly, if I were in a store and I saw the Bespin Han, I would probably pay the $24.99 because I really want Bespin Han. I don't want to pay the $24.99, but if I see it in the store and I have to pay $24.99, yeah, I would buy it. I'm afraid if I answered no to this question, they would go, oh, people don't want Bespin Han. So yeah, clarifying that right there. I don't want to pay the higher price, but I sure as hell want a Bespin Han. This one's a little more trickier. It's asking if you saw a Lando Calrissian, if there was 2 versions, if you would pay for a plain Jane version for $19.99 or a more deluxe version that looks better, has better deco for $24.99. We're already paying $19.99. Are they asking us if we're okay with less than stellar deco options on the $19.99 figures? Or if we want to pay more to get the quality back up to what Series 1 was? I have to say it. I mean, it's just that the paint apps on Series 1 is so much better than following waves. Also, on top of that, we're already getting a Bespin Lando, but they're picturing a General Lando here. I also want General Lando. So I'll pay for option 2 just because I want to see the quality up there, not that I want to pay the $24.99. Okay, would I buy a General Grievous for $29.99? Probably. And that's what I answered. I answered yes, because I feel like Grievous would probably be a deluxe figure of some kind. You'd need the extra ball joints. I'd want the arms to split. I'd want 4 lightsabers. I'd want a cape that actually works, not the Disney Elite version, fully articulated. So given the size and the amount of joints, I would probably pay $29.99. Now this one, they actually asked me about a 3 3/4 inch figure of a super articulated Chewbacca for $12.99. Would I buy it? Probably not. I'm a 6-inch collector, but if I were to ever get back into 3 3/4 inch, I would want the super articulated figures. So I answered yes to this, even though I don't buy the 3 3/4. How much do I normally pay for a Black Series 6-inch figure? Between $19.99 and $21.99. Now, how much do I value the following features on the Star Wars Black Series 6-inch figures? I know I talk about the packaging whenever I do a review of a Black Series figure, the contrast, the colors, how I like, how it's not just busy as hell all over the package. But if it came down to it, they could hand it to me in a Ziploc bag. I just want the figure. I don't care about what it's wrapped in. Soft goods, I could take it or leave it, but if I am gonna get them, I'd like for them to be high quality, but I didn't want to answer that way because I didn't want them to think that I always want soft goods. If you don't care about it and they give them to you, they think you don't care about it, so just throw a piece of potato sack over them. And then the rest, the sculpt, the articulation, the paint, and the accessories, those are all pretty important to me because that's what I want. I want the figure, I want it to look good, I want it to be painted well, and I want stuff to come with it. Now, I don't like these rank 1 to 3 things. 1 is your highest, 3 is your lowest. I don't like them because there's not an option to say, hell no, I don't want any of them. Assume you can add extra features to the 6-inch figures. I sure as hell don't want electronics or light up features. I feel like that would impede articulation or mess with the sculpt a little bit. No. Props larger than current accessories? Hearing that, I think those big ass accessories for the 3 3/4 inch figures that are just like super vest, guns, bazooka things, and I don't need those in my 6-inch figures. Maybe? I don't know. Are they talking about like cannons for the Hoth troopers or the E-Web gun for the snow trooper? Stuff like that? I'll take that. I had no clarification here. I don't know what they mean by props. And then bases, I went with that for number 1 because if I had to take one as my high priority, it might as well be bases, even though I probably wouldn't use them. And here is where the community will probably just split in half. If Black Series could be available in only 1 scale, which one would you pick? I have to say 6-inch because that's what I collect, but I don't want the 3 3/4 inch line to go away for the people that collect that. So yeah, odd question there. Okay, you go through the characters, you list a bunch of them, I will take all of them, and that's just the way I am. If you're gonna give me a new character, I'm gonna buy it. You're gonna give me the same character in different clothes, I'll probably buy it. I'll buy a Jar Jar. So listing them out, while it does my heart good that you are considering these characters, yeah, I clicked very interested, bow, all the way down the line. But then you got to other, and it said please specify, so I had to throw Zuckuss in there because you threw me a bone with Dengar and Forlom. That's freaking amazing. But after that, I didn't know there was gonna be an essay part of the test. I was like a kid that stayed up playing Super Mario Brothers all night instead of studying. I just started randomly naming people, and then I ended it with everyone else. I didn't know the next page was going to be more characters. So again, very interested, all of them. Just give me anything you want. I'm good with whatever. This time though, I had a feeling. I knew that there was going to be a trick. So at the bottom I said, again, everyone else. And I was right, there's more characters, but this feels more like deluxe characters. They're bigger. They require more engineering, maybe. I feel like if they were to debut a $29.99 deluxe line, these would be the characters included in that line. I need a Gamorrean guard and a dewback. Like I said, I'll take everybody. Anybody you want to throw at me. Hell, you got me hunting down Darth Revan, who I have no attachment to whatsoever. Now, for the packaging style, they asked if we want to keep it, if they want to change it, or what kind of changes. I have no preference. Like I said, give me a Ziploc baggie. As long as I get the figure, I'll take it. Here's one that kind of stumped me. I look at the prop replicas in the store. The Stormtrooper helmet nearly got me. Would I buy a Trader baton for $200? No. Would I like to see it out? Yes. For the people who want that kind of thing, yes. But me personally, I'm not interested. Same thing goes for the Force FX Lightsabers. Yes, I would like the quality to go up on them, but I don't buy them. Same for the helmet collectors. And then keeping with the props, because I probably put some value to some of the questions before this, they asked me to rank the order. And again, there's no way to get out of it, just say I'm not interested in any of them. So I had to rank them. Darth Vader helmet I would probably buy if I were a millionaire, had a lot of money. I wasn't buying all kinds of Star Wars 6-inch figures. Then you get to the end and it's 20% off. You get your code. And I'm sure this is the same code for everybody. So like I said, some trick questions, but get out there and let Hasbro know what your preferences are when it comes to 6-inch figures. And you don't have to answer them the same as me. I don't care. Just get your preferences in there. Let them know what you think. And then come back here and we'll discuss it down in the comments. Let me know if you want the packaging changed or if you'd pay $24.99 for a 6-inch figure. So if you like this news quickie that was a little bit longer than a quickie, comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch you on the Fwoosh.